Hey, if you've ever walked into a basement that feels like a sauna after a rainstorm and thought, I need something that actually pulls the moisture out without turning my whole house into a freezer, you're not alone. I get it, spending money on a whole home dehumidifier is a big decision because you're trusting it to protect your foundation, stop mold growth, and keep the air comfortable, all while not blowing up your electric bill. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about before you add anything to your cart. Let's talk about the AprilAire E100 Pro. I've been testing it in a 200 square foot house with a full-size basement and a crawlspace that tends to get damp in the summer months. From day one, the unit's set and forget claim was the first thing I noticed. The built-in sensor picks up humidity levels and kicks in automatically, which means you're not constantly fiddling with knobs or watching a dial. In practice, that translated to the dehumidifier turning on a few minutes after a pipe leak was fixed and staying off when the weather cleared up, without me having to intervene. The hose direct drain setup also saved me from the chore of emptying a water bucket, just a simple inch hose attached to a floor drain, and the unit does the rest. Now, why would you actually consider this model? First, the sheer capacity. 100 pints per day is enough to handle a moderately sized basement that sees regular moisture spikes. In my house, the humidity dropped from the high 70s down to the low 40s within a couple of hours after the unit started pulling. That made a tangible difference for the musty smell we'd been battling. Second, it's Energy Star certified, so even though it's pulling a lot of moisture, the electricity usage stayed comparable to a medium-sized window air conditioner running all day. I ran it for a full week during a particularly humid week and the electric bill only crept up by about 5% compared to the same week last year. That's a reasonable trade-off for protecting wood floors, drywall, and stored items from water damage. Finally, the corrosion-resistant aluminum coils are a practical plus in a basement environment where salts and humid air can accelerate rust on metal parts. The unit has been running for 3 months now without any sign of coil degradation, which gives me confidence that the built-to-last claim isn't just marketing fluff. On the flip side, there are a few reasons you might want to skip it. The unit is sizable, about the height of a tall refrigerator, and it needs a dedicated space where you can run a hose to a drain. If your basement is already cramped with laundry machines and stored boxes, finding a spot for a 30-inch wide, 20-inch deep unit could be a challenge. Also, while the smart sensing works well for most scenarios, it can sometimes be a little too eager. In a house that already has a central HVAC system with its own humidity control, the AprilAire will sometimes start cycling in tandem, which can lead to redundant operation and a slight increase in overall power draw. For someone who already has a whole home HVAC humidity control, you might be better off with a smaller, supplemental unit rather than a full-scale system. Lastly, the initial price point is higher than many portable countertop dehumidifiers. If you're only looking to treat a small crawlspace or a single room, spending that much on a unit that can cover 5,500 square feet might be overkill. So, who should buy it? If you own a home with a sizable basement, crawlspace, or you've noticed recurring mold spots on walls and ceilings, the E100 Pro is a solid investment. It's especially worthwhile for homeowners in humid climates where seasonal spikes can cause long-term structural issues. DIYers who appreciate a set-and-forget experience and have the ability to install a drainage hose will get the most out of it. On the other hand, if you live in a smaller apartment, have a well-ventilated attic that never feels damp, or already have a sophisticated HVAC humidity controller, you could probably skip this heavy-duty machine and look at a compact unit instead. Wrapping things up, the AprilAire E100 Pro delivers on its promise of moving a lot of water out of a damp space while keeping energy costs in check, and it does so without demanding daily maintenance. The biggest value comes from protecting your home's structure and preventing the hidden costs of mold remediation and wood rot. Just be sure you have the space for it, a place to run a hose, and a genuine need for whole house coverage. If that sounds like you, give it a look. Link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and happy home care.